People talk about having money all the time. They talk about this like imaginary dollar amount that they're trying to achieve in their life. Most people, I think it's like $1 million, and maybe some people, they've gone bigger and it's $100 million. I don't know where you are. And the thing for me is I don't really have an exact, like, this is how much money I need till I feel like I made it. And I think that's what I want to talk to you about today is like, I don't have a goal of $100 million or $1 billion or any like net sum of money that I'm trying to accomplish in this life. And maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. Maybe you want advice from somebody else. But for me, how I look at it is that it's more of the lifestyle that I'm trying to achieve. So over the last week, you know, I'm creating this towards the end of the week here in this vlog. We spent the last week on vacation in Utah, and you've been able to see what I've done. You've seen what I've went to and where I've been and all that kind of stuff. And I think that this is kind of the glimpse of the lifestyle that I'm trying to create. I once had a friend about 6 or 7 years ago tell me this, and this was while I was in the pursuit of like trying to get as much money in my pocket. Number one, in like a net income amount of money, and also a net sum of money. So I was just trying to hoard as much money as I could at that time, right? And all I could think about at the time was like how much money I was making and how much money I was gonna save and earn and all that kind of stuff. And he was celebrating a birthday, and I remember him telling me, he's like, you know what, Eric, I'm not about buying things. Like the act of actually purchasing something for a benefit for me is gone. He's like, I'm more into experiences in life. And I didn't quite understand what he meant when he told me that, right? So basically thinking about it now for the last 6 years, he was trying to say that I would rather spend my money on events and experiences that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. So for example, that year for his birthday, we went out with a bunch of friends too. There was like 15 of us, and we all went to that go-kart place where they have electric go-karts and you cruise around, and we went there and we went to a movie and we went to a jump house, you know, like those things that like 8-year-old kids go to. We just had such a blast. It was so much fun, you know, and I could have got him a present, I could have got him a gift, but I didn't. We put this thing on for him, and the experience of riding go-karts around and, you know, going to the movies and going on this like trampoline jump place thing was so much fun. And like, even though it wasn't my birthday, like I'll remember it forever. We had so much fun. Like number one, I remember because I got super sick on the go-karts, and I don't think he even won the go-kart race. Somebody else did. But we had such a good time, and you know, it cost some money obviously for that experience, but that's the type of thing that he's talking about. Is he didn't want a gift that year, he wanted an experience to remember his birthday. And I think that, you know, for me now in my life, I'm trying to focus on the experiences that I have. So this last 7 days have been great because I've been able to check out of work for a while, and I love work and I love what I do every single day, and I love helping you guys, and I love building systems and automatizing everything, and I love my business and everything that I do, but I love my family and I love my life and I love the experiences that I have just as much. And so right now in my life, I think I'm like 6 years behind where he is, but I'm trying to create those same things so this week we drove out to Utah, we had fun seeing family, we saw cousins that I rarely ever get to see. We went paddleboarding, we went to a parade, we saw tanks, we saw dancing horses, like it was so much fun. We went out to breakfast, we swam at the pool, I just had so much fun. It was such a great experience, hiking and all that kind of stuff, right? So I couldn't pay for these types of memories. Like obviously these types of memories cost money, but I couldn't gift myself these types of things. And this is the lifestyle that I'm trying to create. I do still want to work, and I still really enjoy showing up every day for you guys and creating content and doing my Facebook Friday shows and my Ask Erik Hammond shows and everything else that we do around here. And I love that type of content, that creation. But I also want to mix that in with doing things with my family. I've got 3 little girls who are under the age of 10. Like the memories that they're making right now are so impactful, and I want to be able to spend as much time with them as I can. I want to be able to travel with my wife. I want to be able to enjoy the day-to-day activities, but not retire. Like I don't want to just like make a whole bunch of money, put it in the bank and live off the interest, because that won't do it for me. I have to have a mix of going all in on my business, and I want a mix of going all in on my family. And together that becomes the perfect life for me. So the way that this all revolves around money is that obviously to work and to play at the same time will take money. Like if I was just barely getting by and barely making enough money, I couldn't afford to take a week off here and a week off there and even a month off if I wanted to, right? Like let's say I decided I want to go sail around the Caribbean for a month. Like financially I could do that right now, but if I was just barely getting by or barely making it, that would not be an option. And so I want to have these experiences in life that I can, number one, afford financially and be able to take that time off, but two, afford that time in my business and be able to have the systems in place so that I can create this lifestyle and do those types of things. So as you're making your money and you're earning your income, what are you spending it on? I talk about this a lot too in our content is whatever you're buying, may be holding you back, right? Like if you have a Starbucks addiction, if you have an eating out addiction, I definitely have had that. If you have a temporal addiction, you know, like I gotta buy fancy clothes and I gotta buy this bag and I gotta buy these shoes and I gotta buy these things to compete with everybody else, you've spent your money on things that may not get you what you want. What if you took that money and use it for experiences, or use it to hire somebody else in your business that brought you more results, right? Where else could you be spending that money on something else that brought you the results that you're looking for? So I'm always trying to think of how can I position my money and myself to get me further ahead in life. And I know these goals, it's not just, okay, I made my $100 million and now I can die a happy man. It's, I've got to set this up the entire way, and I got to know the process of what I'm trying to accomplish so that each day I can live my life the way that I want, so that each year I can say, okay, I want to go on this many vacations, I want to go these places, I want to do these things with my family, I want to take this much time off, I want to check out on Friday and go camping, or I want to, you know, whatever, do a long weekend and go somewhere else. Like we went to Italy this year, we've traveled, we've done so many fun things, and that's the lifestyle that I'm trying to create, and I'm trying to create a business around that lifestyle so that they support the two. So many of you guys will work 10 hours a day all the time, that's all you do, and then you neglect your family. And some of you will just neglect work and hang out with your family all the time and play games and do those kind of things, but you're not supporting your business the way that it needs, so that it generates income so that you can do the things that you want. Hopefully this is resonating with you in a way that the light bulb will click in your head, and that you'll be able to fully understand what you need to do in this life to have the perfect balance of family and work. And they talk about work-life balance, right? But also the money side of it. So what's your money doing for you? How have you created a passive income for yourself so that your business can support your life, so that you can check out when you want to, so you can do the things that you want to, so you can work as much and as hard as you want to when you're there, but then you can go deep with your family and be with them as much as you possibly can. So that's what this vlog is all about this week, is being able to recognize what's your money doing for you? How are you best spending it? What is it that you ultimately want in this life? Because man, time goes by quick. It's amazing. Like Tony Robbins says it really, really well. He says, most people underestimate what they can do in a decade and overestimate what they can do in a year, meaning that they try to fit so much in a year, but then as the decade rolls by, they realized how much stuff they got done that they didn't think they could actually do. So plan for the decades and live each day as best you can, and you're gonna have a fabulous life. So guys, that's my vlog this week. It's been a fun one. I've spent way too much time in the car. I've spent a lot of time with my kids. It's been a lot of fun. I've goofed off a ton, and now it's time to get back to work. So guys, look for our Ask Erik Hammond show Mondays. Check out our Facebook Friday shows on Friday, and a lot of new content to come. Thanks guys for following every week. Share this with somebody who needs to watch this video, who needs to prioritize their time, their life, their business, and thanks for being here every single week. See you guys in the next show.